Going guys, we are back with another video here, and it's NHL 23 time, and it's a pre-order choice pack. You guys are wondering, you get this on October 14th. This is when you get it, all right? So I was actually lucky to get it right now, but this is going to be the best pre-order cards to choose, X Factor editions, female and male versions, all right? So here we go. We're in NHL 23 hot right now. Let's go to the unopened pack section. All right, so we got the pre-order X Factor double IHF women's choice pack, and then we have the pre-order X Factor player choice pack, 1 of 18, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each and every one of these, and I'm going to tell you guys reasons for why you might choose a certain one, okay? So you get one and you get one, all right? So let's do the women's choice pack first, all right? So you got 4 options, so here they are, all right? So starting off with the first one, I gotta say, I mean, this animation's unbelievable. We got Kendall Coin Schofield, okay, 78 overall, X Factor edition. She's 5'5", 126. 94 speed, though. That's pretty insane. So keep that in mind as well. 94 speed is very, very good. Then the next option here we have is going to be Sarah Nurse. Sarah Nurse. I kept calling her a defenseman the last time I was looking at her card. I don't know why. I guess because I was thinking about Darnell a lot, so I guess I thought that she was also a defenseman, but she is not. She's a forward, 5'8", 148. She has 89 speed here, unstoppable force, and relentless. That's her own ability they gave her. Next up here, the third of 4 is the Phillip, Poulin, 79 overall. Now this card's pretty good here, 5'6", 161, 92 speed though, so keep that in mind. That's very, very good. The shot is also pretty good at 88, 86, 90, and 85. Really, really good stats for her. And then last but not least, it's from Team USA. It is Hilary Knight. All right, so Hilary Knight comes in at 5'11", 172 pounds. She has 92 speed with Fly the Zone. Okay, so looking at these 4 cards, what is the best one? All right, so she has Big Rig, Off the Rush. She has Ankle Breaker, Puck on a String, Gold-Born Leader, and then Sarah Nurse has Unstoppable Force, Relentless. Kendall Coin has Elite Edges and Gold Wheels. Okay, so here's what I gotta say. A lot of women are pretty small here with 5'5", 126. That's a very, very tough one there because, yes, she's very fast, but the only downside to that is she's very small and she won't be able to keep the balance here of her, you know, on the ice. Like, she'll be getting knocked off the puck a lot. That's the only thing. So, like, if you're cycling, it'll be hard to cycle with her. If you're an off-the-rush player, she could be an amazing choice for you. Let's put it like that. Depending on your game style. Then we got Sarah Nurse. She's not bad either, but I feel like she's not as fast as Kendall Coin, so I'd probably rather have her than Sarah Nurse. Phillip Poulin is pretty good as well. 91 Excel, 92 speed, 88, 86, 90, and 85 for her shot. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Plus a Gold-Born Leader. That I like a lot, so keep that in mind as well for Poulin. And then we got Hilary Knight. So Hilary Knight, I think Hilary Knight is probably the best one. I'm just saying 5'11", 172 with 92 speed. Yes, her power on her shot's not amazing, but most of the female cards are like that, unfortunately. But I'm a huge fan, huge fan of her. So I would say definitely Hilary Knight is probably my choice here. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and just choose Hilary Knight right now at 78 overall. So I feel like she is the best option. All right, so there you go. Hilary Knight, welcome to the squad, 78 overall edition. All right, so there you go. And then we have the pre-order X Factor player choice pack. All right, so here goes nothing. Pre-order X Factor player choice pack, 1 of 18. Let's see who we get. So these animations are pretty slow, so it might take a while, so bear with me. So the first card we get is Mitch Marner. All right, Mitch Marner, 77 overall. It's a pretty nice card. Then we also have, next up, we got Jacob Markstrom. Okay, so Markstrom's a new X Factor card as well. It was not an X Factor in NHL 22. Next up, we got we got Alexander Barkov. They always do Barkov dirty, though, with his speed, unfortunately. That's one bad thing about him, always. They always mess up his speed. Next up, we got Roman Yossi, 78 overall. That's a pretty good one. Roman Yossi is always a good card. Gets a lot of upgrades. I mean, he had almost 100 points last year as a defenseman, so very good card there as well. Then we got Jonathan Huberdeau, 77 overall here as well. He's a good card with Calgary now. Next up, we got Matthew Tkachuk. I mean, it's pretty funny. Those guys are back-to-back, right? I mean, it's almost like they were all involved in something, right? I don't know. Maybe they were. I don't remember, though. You guys remember? Maybe you guys remember. Next up, we got Kyle Connor, who had a ridiculous season last year as well. Another returning X-Factor card. Very much so deserving. He's a great player, Kyle Connor. Then we got Igor Shesterkin, another new X-Factor card in NHL 23. Shesterkin had, I mean, a Hart Trophy type of season, basically, last year. So, yeah, that's a card that's pretty exciting to see. Then we got Steven Stamkos, who I think could be a very great option for you guys to take. 76 overall card here. I think Stamkos always plays amazing in game. I know I had his X Factor. A lot of people did last year, and he does not disappoint. So next up, we got David Poshnock, and he's another interesting one to think about because he does have a master set item coming out on, we don't know, Friday probably. Makes the most sense, Friday would, because he'll have an 88 overall, and he'll have more than likely, I mean, I believe if he gets tier 3, at tier 3 he'll unlock Fly the Zone, so he will also have 92 speed minimum on Friday, so keep that in mind. So David Pastrnak's a very good potential one. Then we have Trevor Ziegors, the cover boy. He's another one that also has a master set item coming out potentially on Friday, if that's when it is. He's 6 foot 183 with, I mean, he has wingman as well, so that's not too bad. 91 speed at the 86 overall right now for Trevor Ziegors. But moving on to the next player here. All right, then we have Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane, always a fun card to use. I'll look at all these guys' stats really individually once I reveal all these. Just taking a while here to reveal all of them. But next up, we got Matthew Barzell, 75 overall. He's another one with his speed that's just so insane every year. Always a fun card and a good X Factor to have. Then we got John Carlson, yet again returning as an X Factor. Always a strong, steady defenseman back there. All right, now we have the next card. It is Kirill Kaprizov. Had an unbelievable season last year for the Wild. Very much so deserving of having an X Factor card yet again. Then we have Adam Fox. I mean, Fox is insane. He's so good. So definitely good option there as well. Second to last year, we got Shea Theodore. That was a guy, of course, that I got when I first opened Hut on this account. And then last but not least, the final X Factor card is Dylan Larkin. Thrash, I mean, he is jumping up and down for that one. Dylan Larkin. All right. So there are all the options for the pre-order for the X Factor edition. All right. So who do we choose? All right. So a lot of you guys, you're probably having issues. You know, who do I choose? Who do I pick? Well, here's my best advice for you guys. Okay. Pick a position that there won't be a lot of good cards that are coming out from that position. All right. So preferably, probably a right-handed winger, okay? Right-handed wingers are pretty rare to find, all right? So if you look at all of these, all right? So Marner's one, all right? You also have Stamkos and Pastrnak and Barzell. That's it. So that's 18 players you can choose, and there's only a few right-handed wingers, and that's tough. There's not many base cards that are out there right now, or MSPs that are going to be out there that will be right-handed, awesome, speedy players. So keep that in mind, all right? The thing about Dylan Larkin, though, that I do like a lot, I have to admit, the thing about Dylan Larkin is he's very cheap to get. It'll cost you only about $7K to really get this card. And then once you pull the Larkin 84, you can trade him in and he'll be already a 91 speed card. The only downside, well, he actually has 93 speed. The only downside to him is his balance is only 81, so that's a little bit concerning for Dylan Larkin, I won't lie to you. Shay Theodore, he's not bad either, 6'2". He's got 87 speed right now at 83 overall. Probably would not take him, though. A longer progression, he's 74 overall. Fox, you know he'll be getting a lot of upgrades. The Rangers are a great team every year. He's a great defenseman, so if you're a Rangers fan, probably I would be taking Fox, right? Kaprizov, same thing. If you're a Wild fan, I'd probably take Kaprizov, but otherwise I probably wouldn't. I don't think Kaprizov plays that well in game, at least from what I've experienced. I'm not really a big fan of Kaprizov in game. Carlson, if you feel like right Ds are very important, he can have 88 speed at 85 overall. Carlson is always a good defenseman in game. He plays well. He's got Silver Heat Seeker and Gold Thunderclap here as well. Barzell, I'm a huge fan of. He's 6'1", all right, 6'1", and he also has 92 excel and 93 speed at 84 overall. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. So, ankle breaker and elite edges for him as well. But yes, Barzell is insane. So, some of you guys might be wondering, like, oh, you know, what are your face-offs? So, 81 face-offs. I'll show some of the face-offs for these centers as well. I know you guys are probably wondering. So, like, Larkin's face-offs is capped off at 80 right now, at 85 overall. So, that's not very good, for being honest. Then we also have Kane, who's a winger, which I like Kane. I do. I really have nothing against Kane at all. He's 92 speed at 86 overall. But, I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of that. What I would recommend is a base card that you can get for fairly cheap, and then you could really get yourself a good X Factor early on, right? So, it just depends. It depends, like, you know, what you pull and how much you're willing to really just invest, I guess, right? So, Poshnock's an awesome one because, like I said, I mean, it's not going to cost that much either. His base card's 84 overall, right? So you'll have him there, and then once you get to fly the zone, he'll have 92 speed. And again, his base card's 84. It's not like a crazy overall, right? Like, you'll get an 84 Poshnock, you know, within a little while. It's not going to be a crazy one. Stamkos is another great option, right? 6'1", 194. He has 92 speed and a great shot of 88, 90, 88, and 88. Spinorama and Gold 1T, all right? So it's really tough, guys. It's really tough. There's plenty of good options here, but you just got to really consider which ones, you know, are the ones that you want to get. I mean, there's so many great options, but honestly, guys, probably what I would recommend the most is I would take either David Poshnock or Steven Stamkos because, again, right-handed wingers are pretty hard to get. Barzell is a great option as well. Larkin, if you want that speedy center, I think could be a huge option as well. So it really just comes down to what you find to be a great need. I would not really take a goalie here. Markstrom is not bad, don't get me wrong, but I'm still not a huge fan of taking a goalie here. 6'6", I get it, last Anadile, and that's great, but I still would not take a goalie, all right? So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel here. My number one pick would be David Poshnock. Number 2 would be Steven Stamkos. Number 3 would be Dylan Larkin. And then if you really wanted to go with a defenseman, I would probably go with Fox, honestly. And then I would probably, if you want to go for a goalie, I would go with Markstrom. All right, so there you go. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Hopefully this helps out some people. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more NHL 23 content on the way. And I'll see you all in the next video.